And welcome to Tom Montydoodoo and the Crocodile crew.
Yes, as the tag suggests, Tom Montydoodoo and the Crocodile crew coming at you live from FBI at 12 on a Monday is the current time, of course. And I've got my two partners in crime, Tom and Robbie, in the studio. As always, I've realised now, having done the first intro of this show I've ever done, why you're always going around in a circle saying, okay, and so what's your name? And what's your name? It's really hard to talk for longer than 20 sequends.
My name's Tom.
And my name's Robbie. Hi.
I've already introduced that.
Happy Easter, everybody. We've got an Easter-filled edition today where we're going to be doing all things Easter.
Sorry, do you guys feel uncomfortable unless your names are introduced?
No, I don't.
Does it really seem like it was this habit thing of, but okay, this is the way we've always done it. Not in the zone yet.
Well, I just think it's people get confused, I think. Like, there have been some people, just don't know who's who, basically.
Sounds a lot like one of those tips that they give you at the FBI meeting when they've got all 15 people in there going, okay, so I'm never going to see your faces again because I work here during 9 to 5 and you're going to be on from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Good luck.
Yeah.
Just say your name so they know who you are.
Yeah. Well, I'd say another tip would probably be not to say what the time is when we're pre-recording this show.
Very good tip for the future.
I guess we should also say we're on FBI Radio 94.5 FM, so that's what you're listening to.
All done and dusted.
Yeah.
The name thing still I've got issue with, though, because there's got to be a lot of people tuning in all the time because they're in their cars right now. So we may as well just introduce it again. Tom, Robbie, Jordan, we're all here.
So if you're a long-time listener, you would probably know that Jordan is obsessed with Jackass. So we're going to be doing
Good show, even better movies, because the show had to blur out the faces, and that's why I give it A, but not an A+. Well, he is convinced it's the best comedy around, so we thought, why not give Jordan the opportunity to do some of this comedy? But as a special Easter gift to FBI, we won't be doing that because, as you could obviously tell, much like when 12-year-olds started coming into high school, filming it on their camera phones and putting it on YouTube, getting about 1,000 views before the principal had a stern talking to them about you shouldn't be eating dirt. That's not part of the school code. Pretty much, I'm sure that we'll have that talking to. So I'm just going to have to put my foot down straight away because this is what these two guys wanted me to do. Robbie, please explain to them.
Should we just say what the segment was called? It might be too explicit to even explain.
Well, really good idea censoring this madman on the buttons here. You probably would just say it outright, what we were about to do. Well, and it's filthy.
It's called Jordan Lays an Egg.
So use your mind, have a guess what that might mean.
So we've got chocolate eggs because of Easter.
Yeah. Keyword, chocolate Easter egg.
So instead we're just going to have Jordan eat Easter eggs for this entire show because it's the G-rated version of what we were hoping to do.
But text in if you want to hear that.
I thought that was just we were throwing that around. We're actually going to be eating the chocolate eggs.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a really good first half of the show and really bad second half. Where are they?
They're just over here.
And Robbie, with his trademark professionalism,
shuffling through his bag.
Yes. His little backpack that he probably still has from high school. Well, okay, this is great. I've got... This is a very tame second place to Jordan Lays an Easter egg live. And Tom's eating one of the eggs. There's only 5 in here.
Sorry, man.
I'm not going to feel sick. The only people that are going to be sick is the listeners of FBI when they listen to you eating in front of the microphone, Tom. That's all we're going to get for this.
You guys doing anything over Easter, or did you do anything yesterday? Oh, it's Easter today.
It's Easter today. Oh, no, it was Easter yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, we're pre-recording this. Should we say that?
We've already said that.
Have we already said that?
Yeah. Which is why we're also going to say, if you want me to lay the Easter egg, please text into the studio. No one's in there, but if we get 10, we'll do it.
Yeah, too late.
Actually, keep calling in and asking for it. The number's 833-22-999. So call in and ask for that.
We just want to see how many texts we get. Just so we could... As an audio petition, bring it to the producers next week and say, let us do it. Let us give the people of FBI a late gift.
Yeah, they want to see me lay an egg.
Hi there, you got it tuned to FBR Radio 94.5 FM. Tom Montydoodoo and the Crocodile crew with you on a Monday, a little bit after Easter. I hope you had a good one. That was the song Candy Sam by Ty Segall from his beautiful album Emotional Mugger. And Jordan's here.
Starting to feel sick.
A lot of eggs. And also, just before we got away from that song there, Tom looked at him and goes, Jordan, did you just think about something then that made you really angry? And he goes, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I know what it is. And I said, can we talk about it on air? And Jordan goes, well, no, you don't want to.
You don't want to.
I think I do, and I think I know what it is, but please, air your gripe.
I'd be very curious to know what it is. Hazard the guess first, please.
What do you think it is, Robbie?
It's because I had a little bit of a sing there.
Yep.
In the song.
Oh, really?
It's because I had a little bit of a sing there and shot it. Oh my god!
And my brain just does this mental fierce where it goes, wrinkles in on itself.
I can you? Please
so what is it that you hate about Robbie's singing?
I know, please.
It's just anyone singing along to anything or just mumbling to themselves or like it just irks me.
Why is that?
It's because of my dad. He never shut the hell up.
All right.
It was just decades of that.
Just singing.
You could never escape it. What are you supposed to do? Go for a walk? I'd leave, he'd be playing guitar, I'd come back 2 hours later, he'd still be playing the damn guitar.
Well, I remember when I was living with you, I loved the sound of your dad tinkering away on this guitar.
And I remember giving you those looks of, can you believe it? Can you believe it? And you're like, yeah, it's nice acoustic music to have dinner with.
Well, didn't you when there lengthy drives that you used to have with your dad?
That was hell.
Please go into that. Come on.
We would always have to go to Dubbo because that's where my grandparents are. In fact, they're in the centre of New South Wales. So, obviously, huge drive, trucker level distance. And the whole time he just brings Sting. He's always bloody Sting. His whole album collection from the Police, right until his more modern stuff, which was very experimental.
I don't think
he was singing along to every damn bar on the car. It was just hell.
Yeah,
and then he'd play the whole rendition back. Sometimes he'd go up there in alphabetical order from the chronological beginning to the chronological end, and then he'd end it the other way if you're going to go through the alphabet, just going like Z, Y, W. Yeah. Oh, God. I can still remember each bar. It's engraved.
What do you think about it, Monty? What do you think?
Well, I remember my mum used to sing Cher and stuff a lot in the car. I didn't really mind as much as Jordan does, but yeah,
Cher.
Yeah.
I expected better.
Do you believe in like a lot of that?
What?
Right. And your mum would have a little sing there.
Yeah.
Robbie, as a musical connoisseur, whose parent is cooler, Tom's mum or Jordan's dad?
Jordan's dad. Come on.
It's pretty
late
lame,
era Sting is pretty
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Sting ain't playing in Vegas. Let's just put it that way.
I have no opinion on it one way or the other.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Which brings in our next segment.
Which
is called...
What it's called?
Sitting on the Fence. And excellent time.
Good.
Really good harmony, boys.
So the way this game works is we're trying to work out what is something which you don't err on the side of either of this. So like an example would be like, what do you think about straws? Do you sip out of a straw or do you just drink out of the cup? And it's like, is that something that you really like? If you had to choose, would you choose a straw or a cup? Out of you guys,
this is an example guess, surely, because everybody has a very strong opinion on this.
Well, what's your opinion on that?
Oh, straws.
Straw, hands down. Yeah, well, I'm actually the opposite. I'm
giving you a straw man argument.
I hate straws. So
actually, I'll give you a good example here of one that nobody will be able to err in the middle of.
Right, but quickly. So that example there just is saying like. That's something which even that people seem to err on one side or the other. Can we work out something which is just objectively opinionless?
Well, yeah, I'll just give you another example. The toilet paper. Which way you put the toilet paper?
Scrunch or fold?
No. Way the way in
which it falls.
In which it falls. Yeah. So that
surely
closer to
we
the wall
do
or further away from the wall.
Surprisingly, seeing as about 80% of that sentence was mumbling.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
No, I don't actually know.
But do you, Robbie?
You don't pull it up. The paper always will fall downways. I think that's the general.
But I'm saying which way it falls, so closer to the wall, or there's that huge debate. People always have an opinion about that, don't they? You know, I like it further away from the wall. What do you like, Jordan?
You've actually lost me. I really don't know what you're talking about anymore. I thought I did. But so, Tom.
Yeah, but we're saying, like, those ones seem to be easy enough, but we're trying to be like, can we find...
Okay, so he's miming out what the toilet paper is.
Well, that way. That way.
And he wants it...
That way.
That way.
All right, well, this is... Like, I don't think we've ever done a worse radio segment piece than this.
No one can see.
That's so
Very
strong.
distantly, much like an optometrist saying, this way, this way, this way, this way.
If people know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Tom.
I know what you're talking about. I'm saying there is a right answer to that, and it's a thing that I do feel strongly about.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. We feel strongly about an opinion about that. This segment is about not having an opinion about anything. So
There you go,
Tom.
2 examples. One of them
Okay.
short and sweet, the other
Yeah.
one extremely long, convoluted,
And works.
very confusing.
It works, though.
Technically,
But this is also, can you work out an example
just ignore it, Tom.
where it has to be a little bit harder than that? So something that you would expect that you would have an opinion on, but you don't. So don't go easy. Like, don't say like, oh, all right. So mine, for instance, could be...
Okay, but we've already done 2 examples. Are you sure you want to go for 3?
Okay, but there's a way of like
We just
making...
play the game.
All right, okay. All right,
Wanna
for
have a
me.
good
All right,
day,
here's mine.
Okay,
All right, dogs and cats. I feel very opinionless on that, but I feel like people are very opinionated about that.
Okay, so using the score scale that is much like golf, where it's from 1 to 10, Tom, what are you talking about? I've got a perfect 10 opinion on this.
I know you do. I don't.
Yeah, but
That
Okay,
wasn't
well-
explained.
actually, what we should have explained is how this game works between ourselves, not to the listeners. So it seems like we all had very different ideas on what should be so straightforward.
I know. I thought this was a really strong thing we were going to be doing.
Turns out it wasn't.
Okay, so all right.
And we'll be doing it every week. Happy Easter, everyone.
So what's your... All right, you do yours, Jordan. So, all right, so you're trying to guess a thing that no one in this room will have an opinion about.
That's it.
Okay.
If someone said, right now, I got a tank full of it's about half full because that's all I need to get to Goulburn, baby. We're going to the Big Lamb.
Would you
or
Yeah.
go to the groceries and pick me up some McLean's toothpaste.
Which would you what?
Are you completely opinionless between those 2 choices?
What, to go to Goulburn or go and get some toothpaste?
No, but specifically to
Just
see
hearing
the
that.
Big Lamb. You're not allowed to do anything else there. Maybe you can get a coffee on the way. Maybe. But only from McDonald's and only pure black.
Yeah, I'd probably go to Goulburn, I think. But yeah, I think I'd pretty much in the middle there.
So we're sitting on the fence?
I feel like they're too different. That's the thing. It's like to say, what do you prefer, eggplants or the Civil War? Which do you choose? It's like...
Well, you'd obviously choose eggplants. I really don't want to be fighting my brother.
But you're not saying
in a
you're
senseless war.
Yeah, but you're not fighting necessarily. Like, what do you just compare the pair, or like, you know, compare headphones
No, we're not comparing. We're saying, do you have an opinion on that?
on the difference between, like, the comparison between the two.
Yes, Tom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
God.
So I'm saying headphones
Honestly, if you're any
versus
slower, you'd be
eggplant.
going backwards.
All right, headphones versus eggplant. It's like,
Okay.
But you still got an opinion on that.
which do you prefer, eggplant or headphones?
Well, I'm not a big fan of eggplant, so in this instance, yes, I would probably err on the side of headphones. Not as an eating delicacy, obviously, unless you're asking that. In which case, I'm still going to go with the headphones
Yeah,
just
I guess,
for the
yeah.
radio gaggery of it.
I guess it's what is the question? That we're
Okay,
asking?
look, I'm going to save this right now by giving you something here, all right?
Okay.
What am I on the fence about? Guantanamo Bay.
You just don't have an opinion on it. That's like you,
You
said.
don't
this
have an
earlier.
opinion on Guantanamo Bay.
No.
Yeah, that's what he said that, and I was like, "What do you mean? If anything, that's something you would have a very strong opinion on. It's not an opinionless thing. What are you? Are you as for Guantanamo Bay as you are against it?
I don't
You've
have.
not-
I
no
haven't,
way or
I
the
haven't
other.
really thought about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Tom and I do, right?
I do though.
You must have an opinion on
Yeah. That the game is now that it's you have to pick something that we also will be opinionless on.
Oh, so you guys have an opinion on that then?
Yeah, of course we both have an opinion
Yeah.
on it, but it's very enlightening to know that you know so little about it that you're literally on the fence on this. You don't know whether Guantanamo Bay is good or bad.
All right, we need to clarify this game, but we'll see. We'll do it again next week. So stay tuned for that.
you got it tuned to FBI Radio 94.5 FM. Tom, Montydoodoo and the Crocodile crew with you.
Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about personalities. There's only 6 kinds of personalities in this world.
Would you believe?
It turns out. And
according to this 1-minute test.
Actually, there was only 4 personalities this 1-minute test.
Oh, stab mistaken.
So we were trying.
Apparently, 2 of them are just like Pluto's. They're not really personalities.
Yeah. So there's 4 kinds of people you could be, and we found this 1-minute psychology test on YouTube, which had a very high dislike rate on it.
So technically, if we turned this empty bottle of sparkling water into the studio magically into a human being, that'd be all the people we'd ever need.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the goldfish with 2 friends in the bowl, you shouldn't feel sorry for him. He's got 75% of the world's personality types.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can play as well. So just try and... So here's the hypothetical. What's your answer? It's one question. So simple. So there's a banana tree on a desert island or something like that. Just a big banana tree. And there's 1 banana hanging from the tree. It's ready to eat. And there's 4 animals at the base of the tree. You've got a lion, a squirrel, a giraffe, and a chimpanzee.
All good animals.
Which animal would be the first animal to get the banana?
Say those again, sorry.
A lion, a squirrel, a giraffe, and a chimp.
Lion, squirrel, giraffe, chimp.
Who do you reckon would be the first to get it?
Squirrel's got the speed.
Interesting.
Lion's got the claws.
But I don't...
Giraffe's got the neck.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't
and
make
the
any
chimp
sense.
has the thirst for the banana.
Yeah, but how are they situated?
They're all at the bottom of the tree. And it's just like a race, like go, like who gets it first. So the lion, I suppose,
Huge
could eat
handicap
the other
proportionally.
animals, like or something.
All right, does the giraffe's neck reach the banana?
I think so.
Well, then it should have to be the giraffe.
Why would the lion be interested in the banana?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is like the lion seems to be the most out here because a squirrel can climb a tree. Like the lion just physically can't get the banana.
And also very lazy, second only to the koala in terms of how much they sleep, apparently. Every time you go to the zoo,
They're just always
not
asleep.
interested in entertaining you.
Yeah, I tend to think that the squirrel, my gut says, would get it, but the chimp does seem to be the most reasonable to me. But you're a giraffe man.
Well,
Robbie.
I mean, if the giraffe's face is like sitting next to the bananas already,
basically, it's
where's the competition? There is none. Doesn't
Well-
matter how fast the others are.
I guess does a giraffe even want a banana?
Well, it's a race for the. Well, but that's not the question, is it?
Lion
We're
is a
assuming
big
they're all
cat,
on it.
So if you could telepathically put the thought into his head that there's a mouse in that banana.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's actually really these. All right, so what's your choice?
I'm going to go the lion, provided
That
you can
the mouse-
telepathically communicate with him.
Okay.
If not, I guess I'll just go with the lion regardless, just because I know that Robbie's going to choose the giraffe and you're going to choose the chimp, and I do not want to choose the squirrel.
Okay, well, if you chose lion, which you did, Jordan, it means you're a fighter. That's your personality type.
Robbie, do you have getting stronger just miraculously lined up in the music cue?
25.
It does?
No.
Yep, thought not.
Yeah, so a
well,
quarter
you
of
can
all
only
people.
hope, can you, as a fighter?
And Robbie, as a giraffe, you're a logical thinker. Because the giraffe logically would get the banana first, I would think. But the fighter would fight all the other animals to stop it.
Right.
Yeah, but logic isn't enough in this jungle, is it?
Yeah, well, and the chimpanzee...
Probably why I liked Rocky Balboa when nobody else seemed to.
What, because he's a
Because it's a
fighter.
fighter, man.
Yeah, and the chimpanzee is a deep thinker. And I guess it's because the chimp would actually probably want the banana more than anyone else.
It's a
Right.
bit of a cop-out to give the chimp deep thinker when they share 98% the same genes as us.
I know, it's just like it's a self-compliment, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's being like, oh, the chimp, oh, they're like us.
well,
And
they're close to people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very smart, very smart.
Put a
And-
wig on it and I tell you to tell the difference in a blind date.
Yeah, and the squirrel was an optimist.
Ah, okay.
Wow,
Why
so
is
the
it-
squirrel actually was the wily squirrel turned out to be the best of all.
Yeah, I suppose
He's
so.
the germ in War of the Worlds that took down the Martians.
the little guy. Well, I think it's just there's no right answer here. It's just that's just what you are.
I mean, I guess there could be right and wrong. I mean, do you think that applies to you, Jordan?
Are you a fighter?
Man, I think that anybody who knows anything about my life story, and you will, I'm going to turn it into an ebook, much like that kid that Lewis Spears made fun of, that went viral about him making inspirational book filled with quotes from Christina Aguilera songs. Blasted off his own. I'll be doing that.
And what?
And you'll be reading all about it in there, and it's going to be called Jordan Shanks, Get in the Ring or Go Home.
So yeah,
It's a working title.
There you go. It's a good test. What about you, Robbie? Are you a logical thinker? I think you are, probably.
What about you,
No pessimists, just optimists, apparently. I've never met a negative person in my life. Turns out the Greek corner store guy that every time I walk in there and ask where's the milk, and he just goes, ugh. It was a happy grunt.
Yeah, well, I think because squirrel was kind of on top of my head, I don't really see myself as much of an optimist. But yeah, sure, why not? I guess so.
Extremely optimistic words from the chimp of the game.
Okay, any more from that segment, or should I have a song?
What about this? Just quickly, what do you think about this thought? Tom the chimp is riding Robbie the giraffe, and Robbie the giraffe in one of his hooves has me on a leash as a dog, but I'm a lion, so I find that extremely humiliating as king of the jungle.
Yeah, and I'm ordering you to march as a giraffe.
Yeah, all right. Hello there, FBI Radio 94.5 FM. Tom Montydoodoo and the Crocodile Crew is our name. That was the song Amnesia by Chairlift. And actually before, I don't think I mentioned it, but the song was called Shuggy and it was by Foxygen.
Cool. All right, so now we're going on to this next segment, which is called Fair Enough, which is a game we're going to be playing where we will explain to Jordan, who's our karmic judge.
This week, it'll be changing every week.
We'll be cycling around, telling a story, something which has kind of irked us in our lives, and seeing if it's fair enough that we were irked by this.
To give you an example, and as we learnt in the last radio segment that we did a game in, this gets into very choppy waters very quickly on the show. But say an old lady pushed in front of you on the bus and you tried to scuttle back in, and I'm just saying this is hypothetical. I'm not saying I ever knocked an old lady over on a bus before to get in there. But if you saw my facial expression in the studio, you'd know I'm lying. I've done it.
So would that be...
And so if you tried to cut the old lady in to swipe your card first because you were wronged, does that make you wrong?
Yeah. Or, for instance, Jordan's example earlier of being annoyed at Robbie for singing, it's like, is that fair enough for him to be annoyed and he can try and defend himself? Or
I let the anger well inside me.
yeah, he let it well. I exposed it. So, Robbie, do you want to kick it off? So what's something that's happened to you?
Okay, well, I had a friend in New Zealand. We went on camp one time, and a couple of boys in our year got a little bit of the marijuana and were smoking it. This was around, we were, I think, 13 or something. And
really, I wouldn't have expected that from a scraggly-haired weirdo such as yourself.
13 as well.
Yeah,
it's very
right.
young.
I don't know what that has to do with it, but anyway,
your hair's just odd.
Okay, well, the story's about when I was 13.
Was it odd back then? Oh no, that's right. You were a fat kid, weren't you?
Yeah. So this story is related to a couple of hooligans that were doing this in the tent, and my good friend witnessed this and then went around sort of. Well, he just told his parents basically, and then his parents somehow it got to other people's parents, and then it got to the kids, and then he got exiled, like pretty hardcore. Like nobody would speak to him. It was like social death to be associated with him, and I stuck by him. He's my friend, he's my friend, right? So I stuck by him, but everyone else ran off. And so is that fair enough? And so the reason I'm asking, is it fair enough, because he didn't actually go and rat on anybody. Everybody knew about it, but for some reason he got like all the blame thrown on him for people, and also the people that were actually smoking, they got suspended. I think a couple of them got expelled. So there were some big,
what happened to him? Did he get expelled?
Matt, my friend, did not get expelled.
Why not?
Well, because he had nothing to do with it. He just sort of knew about it.
Oh, he told on them.
Yeah, he just told his parents, but it was known that he had told his parents.
So, what part of this story do you want us to analyse as fair?
Is it fair enough that he was exiled, basically?
That because
from
he
the group.
snitched
from our year group.
Yeah.
It's fair enough.
Dirty, filthy snitch.
But everyone
How
knew
is that
about it.
mentality carried across the entire world that snitching is just not okay? Like, we have no experience with police at all. It comes from this weird, like, drug
We
dealer
all saw
philosophy.
Prison Break. We know what happens.
Yeah, I reckon
Maybe that
it's-
is what clarified it.
It's not fair enough, but you can understand why it happened. But I'm impressed that you stood by him.
Actually, I think I might have moved here. Thinking back, I think I moved to Sydney, I think just before this happened. So,
Oh, right.
So
okay.
I think
Very opportunistic stand.
I think I stood with him just over Facebook saying, "Hang in there, man."
You didn't know that everyone would find out.
Virtual moral support. Pretty much the same as when you ask an IT guy what's wrong with your computer and then in New Delhi. That's you.
Yeah.
You offered your
Can't do
services
much,
for free.
yeah.
That's about it.
So I don't think that's fair enough that he was exiled. But anyway, Tom, what was your story?
My one was when I was in like year 3 or something. Everyone in your class would give you like birthday cards. It was on your birthday. You'd get like cards from people in your class. And there was one guy called Max. Who like I hardly knew at all. We were friends, but we weren't at all good friends. And he gave me a birthday card, and in it said, "Dear Tom, happy birthday from your best friend Max." And I was like, screw this guy for thinking that he's my best friend. So I was just like, I basically never spoke to him again. Because I was just like, how do you say that to someone? Like, you could say like, "You're my best friend, Tom, here's a card, happy birthday." But to say like, "I'm your best friend, so happy birthday."
Oh, okay.
Like,
so
he was
you don't want us
telling
to
me.
pass judgment on whether or not it was harsh for you to do that.
Is it harsh for me to be pissed off at him for telling me that my best friend is him? Like, he's saying that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm really glad that this story divvied that way, because it really felt like you, as a 23-year-old man,
Still getting
the nerve.
No, I still feel that. I still feel like, what nerve to say that, to say to someone that like I'm like, when you say like, "Oh, we're best friends," it's like a reciprocal thing. But he wasn't saying we're best friends. He's saying that he's got someone else who's his best friend, but he's telling me that my best friend must be him. So it's just like, what the hell? How dare
old
this
was
guy
this
do
boy?
it? It's like, I don't know, 10?
Couldn't you just miss this as a grammatical error?
It was a grammatical error, for sure. But I remember seeing it and showing it to my parents and being like, can you believe this? And they were just like, yeah, I guess it is a bit weird.
All right, what was the card itself? Did it have like a
Just
cat
like
on the front, or was it?
Yeah, just like a generic kind of like big, happy birthday in bubble letters kind of on the front. And then years later, I played him in rugby and I didn't say hello.
Oh no!
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh no! What did he say?
Well, I said hello after but there was the whole thing of making eye contact and me like consciously not saying hi. And then later on, he was like, "Hey, man."
Man, I've got to flip the script on you, Tom. Do you think that's fair enough?
I think it's fair enough for a 10-year-old.
Explain yourself.
I still feel that. I feel like if I was like, "Oh, hey, Jordan, so I'm your best friend, but like, I've got other best friends." Like, it would be like you don't tell me who's my best friend or not. Like, it's too presumptuous to say that. I think it's fair enough to be like, a little irked. Nah.
I think a lot of people would read that and just think, "Oh, what a nice person."
He was trying to be nice.
Especially, perhaps this adds a factor to it. Was this boy's primary language English?
Yes, it was. If it wasn't, like, it would be much more acceptable. But this is unacceptable.
What do you think should happen in this situation? Because I'm honestly baffled. I don't know how you even brought this up for karmic judgment.
I think you should say, like, yeah, that's fair enough. That's pretty dumb, isn't it?
Okay, so you want to be absolved of your conscience for getting mad at a 10-year-old's grammar to the point that you never spoke to him again. Even though you versed him in rugby years later, he said hi to you and you refused to spoke to him because of that spelling error.
I'm saying that it should be fair enough that I've treated him like this my entire life because it was a ridiculous card to receive.
How did you know him beforehand?
We're just in the same class.
Just
I think
in
we
the
did
same
tennis lessons together or something. But we weren't best friends.
Did you get many cards?
Like, at that age, you have a best friend, right? Like, or
Who was yours?
Tim. Guy called Tim.
There's a lot of shifty eye movement around there. Are you sure that Max wasn't at least in your top 3?
He wasn't in my top 3. It was like a transitional thing. You know how you'll have a best friend and then you'll kind of meet someone else, and there'll be this kind of, in primary school, you'll kind of lure into different groups and things. It's kind of one of those.
So who was Max?
But
What
Max
clique was
wasn't
Max
in any of these. I had nothing to do with the guy. And then for him to come out and say that.
You played tennis with him?
Yeah. We played tennis.
You had something to do with him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe Max didn't have many friends. Did you ever think about that, Tom?
Yeah, like that could be a very likely thing.
And he's clearly the coldness in his eyes. He has thought about that before, and he's disregarded it as unimportant.
It's more just the card itself. To use that kind of grammar to say that, regardless of how many friends he has or if I'm friends with him or not, just to tell someone that I think is wrong.
You've said your piece, Tom. It's time for the karmic judge to decide who hands out punishments of varying insults depending on how much karma is owed to the subject. In this case, Tom.
And
a lot of karma is owed to you, Tom.
Thank you.
So much
What?
that, Robbie, you're going to have to play a song before I finish this. But you're a smouldering pus.
You're very welcome.
Alrighty. FBI Radio 94.5 FM. Tom Montydoodoo and the Crocodile Crew with you. That was the song I Want to Roll With You from Conan Moccasin from his album Caramel.
In response to his last statement, thank you very much. You're welcome.
What was his last statement?
He said something about thank you. I wasn't really listening to the rest of the song, but
Okay.
you know, you shouldn't leave those things hanging. Just as general advice on just
General manners, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So
Well,
Robbie's going to be doing a
guess
segment, which...
don't really want to.
haven't done this on radio yet, but this is a
Great.
classic that we've done on the podcast heaps. It's called Très Bien.
So yeah, you guys decide. You just need to... So Robbie's going to do this segment and we'll see if you like it or not. Text in.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe just don't say anything. But this is, Très Bien. It's the Easter edition this week. So what we've got is I've got a little combination of foods here for you to try on the radio and to see if you like them. And then we're going to lead into some other fun chat.
To quote, evoke theatre of the mind is what Robbie always says, which I think he thinks is mostly made by us making smacking sounds of eating on the radio. So if you don't like that, I would suggest that you switch to another station. However, we have done that in the past and been told by management not to do that. So down the hatch with what is this week's suggestion.
What
he
the
highly
hell is this, Robbie?
recommends
I don't want to eat this. What the hell is
hot
this?
cross bun.
There's something else in it. It's like stuffing, like chicken stuffing.
It's a hot cross bun with some raw cookie dough and Nutella.
Sounds extremely indulgent, especially after I just downed an entire packet of chocolate Easter eggs as part of an eating challenge, and I'm feeling sick already. Thanks, Robbie.
That's
Oh,
all.
that's good.
Yeah.
Eating sounds on the radio.
No, Robbie,
It's great.
for the first time ever, and keep in mind, new listeners, we're probably in the double digits of this game. Robbie sometimes insists so hard that we do it that there's no way of turning it down without severely hurting his feelings.
So here
But I've
we
got to
are.
say this time for the first time, especially, Happy Easter. Great present to you, Robbie. This is truly Très Bien.
All right.
You did it.
Yes. Thank you so much. So for anyone out there that's interested, I mean, it's basically just you get your regular hot cross buns, which actually, by the time you're hearing this, might actually be out of the shops because this is after Easter. But you get your regular Nutella and you get some of that M&M's raw cookie dough and those sausages, and then you'll put those together and you have a delicious Très Bien treat, as confirmed by Jordan and
Tom.
And what do you think? Do you think it's Très Bien as well, Tom?
Yeah, it's great. I'm not going to eat any more of it.
Okay.
But don't take that on as a criticism. It's just too much.
Take this on a criticism. I completely retract that was delicious. I had a piece of fruit in the hot cross bun. Robbie, why didn't you get the chocolate ones?
I
Having
know.
Fruit mixed
I do
in with
not.
that.
He does that for all of his hot cross buns. The chocolate ones are so much better.
I don't know about that. I think the
We've
other
got two opinions now that are clearly telling you that they are. Have you ever tried this, or did you? Is Très Bien just a fancy French way of saying guinea pigs? Do you just get us to eat snacks that you want to try later on, and we always say that they're terrible, so you don't try them?
No, I think they're delicious. I think they're delicious recipes that I've come up with.
But do you eat them, Robbie?
Not regularly, but
Have you tried that?
They're a Trabian. They're a delicacy. You don't have a delicacy.
Have you
every
tried
day,
this one though?
I'll try it right now.
Oh, so you haven't tried it before?
Just what's good for the goose is also good for the gander, right?
Yeah, here we go.
In this case, let's have a gander at this gander eating some of his hot cross bun mixed with cookie dough.
No, look.
It's a mess. It is a mess. I can't eat anymore. I think
it's not though, is it? It's not that one. Anyway, if you want to try that, it's basically I've said the recipe before. Text in the numbers 040945 Did you enjoy that Trabian experience?
Yeah. All right. We're not going to get those messages because we're not here. Adios.
That's true. We're pre-recording this, but we can check later. All right, but now
but we won't.
Now let's
So Jordan, you had a problem with a wasp.
Yep.
I'm facing a moral crisis, guys.
We're here to help.
Thank you. Because I was just about to spell out the word H-E-L-P and get you guys to answer it, so I felt more comfortable in this environment explaining this. I think that wasps are cool. Just quick general consensus around the room. Robbie, cool, not cool?
Scary and cool.
Cool.
Okay. Was just asking for one word there, maybe two if you're going to say not cool, but that's fine. I'll power on. I've got a wasp nest, which I found out only has about 2 wasps in it, according to Tom.
Yep.
I can pretty much confirm that as I see 2 of them buzzing around my backyard. Spent an awful lot of time there. I think at this point I'm sort of God to these bugs. I never intervene. I'm always looking at what they're up to, seeing this senseless carnage. Why is there so much violence down there? Can't you people sort out your society?
Why? What's the wasps doing? What are they doing to be so violent?
Every single day, it is horrific. It is the war between monsters. It's the real-life beast wars. I see the wasp dragging into its nest a huntsman spider. That's a huge kill.
Yeah, that's like a huge beast to devour for a wasp.
The colossus of insects would probably be the funnel web spider, admittedly, but if you were going to go down and get a statue of a colossus that you might find in ancient Greece, you'd find that it's the huntsman.
Yeah, the huge huntsman. Because that's what I was saying. When you told me earlier, I was just surprised at the sheer amount of food that would be for wasps to eat. Like a huntsman every day. Wasps are tiny. It's larger than a wasp.
That's it. I know they keep telling us to include the western suburbs, but I'm going to have to use them as an analogy. It's the bad western suburbs mother giving their kids McDonald's every single day. Don't they at least get some variety? Why are the kids always eating huntsmen? That's not even my main gripe. My main gripe is I always thought that a spider versus a wasp would be a fair fight, probably slanted in the wasp's favour because it has air supremacy. And if I've learned anything from a Discovery Channel documentary that I learned that was talking about the planes that were in Jag, if you've got the air, you've got the advantage.
Learned that from Star Wars. Like, I have the high ground.
Yeah.
I think that applies to general battle, right? High ground always wins.
That's nothing higher than no ground. I mean, they're almost flight, 0 right? G.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does this even matter to all the spiders that are dead now? So all they know is they've been murdered. But cold blood.
Quick disclaimer, though, there's bad parents everywhere, not just in the western suburbs.
But there's a lot there.
Right.
But again, there's a lot everywhere. So just to grey up the waters a bit there so nobody knows exactly what we're saying. Happy Easter.
So Jordan, were you sad by seeing that wasp kill the huntsman? Or
originally I thought, fine, huntsmans are hideous. They're always coming into my room, scaring me. They're small boogeymen, but there's just been too many. At this point, it is a harvesting. These spiders are the little people in the Matrix that are powering the robot society.
Yeah, they're just getting greedy. The wasps.
All to breed these killing machines.
Yeah, they're a scary
So what
animal.
I'm saying is, guys, what do you think about that?
Because
do you think that this is insexually immoral?
Yeah, well, I don't know, because you like a huntsman because it eats flies and mosquitoes and stuff. So, but then you don't like the wasp.
We're getting told to wrap up, so I guess we're just going to have to conclude. We don't know. There you go. Anyway,
What do you
this is just 10 minutes of your day talking about me seeing a wasp and what they eat. What's a wasp's diet?
We've been going over time the past couple of weeks, and we've been they've told us to not do that anymore. So,
and we'll be ending on that extremely lackluster note.
All right, thanks,
Happy
guys.
holidays. Hope you have a good one.
Happy Easter. Tom
Happy
Montydoodoo
Easter,
and the
see ya.
Crocodile Crew out. FBI Radio 94.5 FM. This is the song Kitty Cat, and it's by Empress of. See you guys next week.